exactly how I feel. But no, seriously, keep talking. Talk about that. That I feel like every time around this time, that is the vibes that we all always feel like we need to do going into a new year.
Like a New Year's resolution, like you said.
And it be real true. That behavior. You be like you be so excited to practice the behavior that you decided your New Year's resolution would be or you would do, and about 3 weeks in, you back doing the opposite of what that situation is. That's why I decided 2 or 3 years ago, fuck a New Year's resolution. Let me just practice something, and however long it goes, it goes.
Cause everybody's resolution is going to the gym.
Yeah,
get right. Doing all this.
But life is built on habits.
It
so
is.
Like,
the
only way to practice those New Year's resolutions is make a habit of actually accomplishing them. Hey, let's get it. I did a good job. That was a good job. We hope you're doing good because we're doing good. It's cold outside now. Hope everybody got their goddamn coats out the closet now because it is time. It is hoodie and coat season. My ass is going to start wearing a coat. Ooh. Hey, yo, hold up. The one coat that I was thinking about, because you have a habit.
What's my habit?
You have a habit of throwing away shit you tired of seeing me wearing. I think you threw my Columbia away.
Yo, who? The blue?
Yeah.
That's not a coat. You can give that to your son.
First of
you
all,
have an Eddie. You have a Heli.
Don't put my business out there.
Why are you...
Why are you putting my business out there?
You want to put on a Columbia where you going to catch damn frostbite on your wrist because that might become quarter.
I tell you what I am noticing.
Quarter length sleeve.
Look, I tell you what I do know. My plan, and I'm working hard. That's why I need you to make that elixir. My plan is to not get sick this winter.
It's in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay. As long as you made that shit. Because we've been doing good as a family with the election. But look, there's some top stories in the news, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to start with the latest one. Oh, shit, that's me. I'm sorry. The buzzing is me. Let me plug my shit up.
Fanny found a hoe.
CEO of United Healthcare, huge multi-billion-dollar organization, Brian Thompson, was shot and killed this morning outside of a Midtown Manhattan hotel where he was there for a conference. Police say, to make it even more bizarre, this is a targeted attack. This is all according to New York Post. New York Times has it as well. They say 50-year-old Brian Thompson was arriving at that conference at the hotel. He lives in Minnesota when a masked man was waiting for him and shot the CEO several times, apparently shot him in the chest. He was rushed to the hospital, but he later died. He's been with United Healthcare for more than 20 years now, and he has been CEO since 21. So huge story developing in the world of business, obviously as the CEO of such a huge corporation. And obviously, if it is a targeted attack, a lot will go into the investigation there.
My man got away on a city bike. Stocks went up.
So I know this is about to become a problem because now this is the second CEO in the last 2 years that's been killed. The first one was the Cash App dude, and now this is United Healthcare. So I also have something else because you know me, I'm a summer elser.
Is it a disgruntled employee? Is it a person?
It could be multiple things.
Is it somebody who claim got denied? Like
Spencer Watson, and I am attempting to advocate for my health.
Oh, don't stop, Miss Spencer Watson. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do with Miss Spencer Watson.
What she did?
Oh, when it's gonna play? Oh, there you go. No, it ain't going.
What is going on here? What are we getting? Spencer Watson. She's advocating for her health.
Yeah. She is.
United Health was her insurance company.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes, it was. It was her.
What's her ethnicity?
She's black.
My name is Shannon Spencer Watson, and I am attempting to advocate for my health. Yesterday, United Healthcare denied my appeal, which would have allowed for me to have a life-saving surgery. I am in desperate need of a hysterectomy to save my life. They denied it yesterday because they stated I needed a pap smear. To my surprise, when I arrived to my appointment, I had one of the most painful procedures I've ever had in my entire life. And they had to do a biopsy on my uterus. Take out the fact that I am a sexual assault survivor. Take out the fact that I am scared shitless.
Now there's some context. Because eventually they did approve her life-saving measures. But imagine the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people like her that continuously have to have that same procedure due to, like she says, she's a domestic violence survivor and whatnot, and have to deal with healthcare companies like United Healthcare doing these type of things and denying you the procedure. But I do think it is a little funny now, and I'm not saying she has anything to do with it, but I'm saying it's a possibility. It could be multiple possibilities. Watching that man, first of all, for that man to sneak up on that man like he is Catman, pull out a gun that makes no noise because it got a silencer on it, get him a couple times, and get away before anybody even realized he did it.
The people just probably heard.
Motherfucker, it was a thief in the night.
What the?
Well, it was so early in the morning.
Yeah.
People hadn't got the morning.
Yeah. People hadn't even had their morning shit, coffee, nothing.
But
like,
I also say, that
man got on a city bike though.
He knew his habits to know what time he was supposed to be there, what his actions were supposed to be. But I know that sucked, man. Rest in peace to that CEO. I don't know his name. Y'all know his name by now. I don't know his name.
Wow.
I don't feel like we ever had any. We had United Healthcare, and I don't feel like we ever had an issue with United Healthcare. They covered everything.
Well, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, why are you making that face?
People was like, when you think about all these things, it's like people nowadays have really nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, big wig people, top of the food chain, people are gonna be losing their life.
Like shit.
That's crazy.
Oh, I got something else. I got something else, girl. The gods was guarding.
What?
They were guarding. So, we all get to the airport and we realize that we have an idea that, okay, we're going to pay this amount of money. But then you get to the airport sometimes, there's not enough room in the overhead bin, so now you got to check your bag in, or your bag got 5 pounds overweight and all this extra shit. I want y'all to hear this bullshit.
Once and for all, we're all here, we're all under oath. So, Mr. Schroeder, let's start with you. Do you charge a bounty? Do you pay employees bounties on carry-on bags to identify?
There is a bounty fee.
What?
Well, it's a yes or no.
I wouldn't characterize it as a bounty.
Do you charge them, do you pay your employees a fee? Do you incentivize them to go pick out bags from people getting on planes and kick them off the flight? Just yes or no?
We charge them an incentive.
Okay, that's a yes. Mr. Klein.
We do not, Senator Hawley.
You don't pay your employees?
Wait till y'all hear this
we
outrageous
have
number.
Previously, sir, but we actually suspended that on
That's
September
Spirit
30th of this year, and now in order to...
The first airline he was talking to was Frontier. Never got on that plane before.
Frontier and Spirit cousins, I think.
Well, they can stay cousin, don't for that way. Anyway, and now this is Spirit.
Be able to treat all of our guests fairly and equitably. We've actually just put more staff and supervisors out at the gate area, and they're the ones that are still making sure that everyone's treated fairly and equitably, which is the point behind these kinds of programs. But we have removed that program as of September 30th.
Oh, interesting. So let's come back to you, though, Mr. Schroeder. So how much have you paid your gate agent?
Just to let y'all know, the people that are watching and listening, he get ready to cook.
To enforce your carry-on bag policy, to pick people out of the line like the chairman's video show. I mean, you guys do appreciate that flying on your airlines is a disaster, don't you? I'm slightly amazed by the general attitude of all of you here. Flying on your airlines is horrible. It's terrible experience. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And your attitude here today seems to be, well, devil may care. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, I think we are going to do something about it. So how much have you paid people to pull out customers who are in line with a bag that's 2 centimeters too big, Mr. Schroeder?
Well, we recognize this is a hard job, and so therefore we incentivize them to do that.
How much?
It's $10 per bag.
What?
You just pulled somebody out for $10? You just somebody that's about to pay $100 for a bag?
That is not what he's saying, babe.
What?
The incentive for the employee that catches a person that needs to get extra money paid for their bag is a $10 bonus for the employee.
That's what
out
I'm saying.
of the $100 that you're going to get, or the $40 or the $50. You know how crazy that sounds?
That's what I'm saying. You just snitched on somebody for $10.
Look.
Wow. $10 per bag. And
wow.
I think, Mr. Klein, you and Mr. Schroeder, your airlines cumulatively have spent $26 million paying gate agents between 2022 and 2023.
And how much money you think they got back, though? Probably triple that amount. And you see why Spirit going bankrupt right along with their cousin Willie, Frontier.
To catch passengers whose bags are a little bit too big. $26 million. I mean, if people want to know why it's such a terrible experience to fly, this is news for them today. Your airlines are paying millions of dollars to your employees to harass people who've already paid. They're there in line because they've already paid. It's unbelievable. Last thing, Mr. Chairman, I know you're indulging me really quick on this.
He went over his time.
Mr. Schroeder, you just mentioned that you also use this so-called dynamic pricing for seats, for seat fees. Why do you make people enter in their age and their geographic location and their gender before they can even see the cost of a seat? Why is that?
That's been in place since 2014.
Yeah, but why? It's because you're using those personal characteristics to generate the fees?
No.
To generate the prices? Well, then why else do you require it? Mr. Klein, you do the same thing. Why is the gender relevant to what the seat is?
This is all information.
I'll tell you this, guys. You motherfuckers better start going places where you can drive. Because we are getting fucked.
That's needed in order to complete the transaction.
No, it's not. Delta doesn't do it. United doesn't do it. You don't need somebody's gender in order to do it. You use it, clearly.
That is true. I have never put my gender in Delta or United.
Using it to generate the prices, right?
We do not, sir.
It's not based on personal characteristics?
Not at all.
You don't use algorithms to set the price of seats?
That's a different question.
So
That's a different question.
They use algorithms to generate your seat.
Yep. I seen that because I was on the work computer looking up a flight, and then I was on my phone, and I was like, why this seat, the same seat, less, if I, whoop.
Holy shit. So you saw that in real time. And they're just listening to these motherfuckers. Now you know why, huh?
It's an algorithm, and you do make them enter all their proof.
Just keep in mind, the people that don't want to watch this podcast, no one's talking about this. But we're talking about it on MTMJ Podcast with the Wife, episode 179, because we care about informing you guys who do certain things.
It was 78.
No, 79. 79.
170. Oh, we just.
Yes. We care about informing you guys. And when the government oversight committee calls two of the cheapest motherfucking flight companies in the airport to the Capitol, and to know that while they still cheap, they finding ways to rip us off to get up to United and Delta.
It's really not when you think about it. The difference is if you say, for instance, you want to go on this flight and you like, dang, Southwest want $300, but Spirit want $100. Let me go ahead and pay that $100.
By the time you finish paying, you are at $250.
But you ain't paid for no bag.
By the time you finish getting your ticket, you are at $250. You might as well just spend the extra $30, $40, $50 to get on in Delta.
You ain't got your snack. You ain't paid for your seatbelt.
First of all, what's your definition of algorithm, sir?
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh, right? Oh, shit. Told you he was cooking. Oh, for heaven. He said the same shit to me. He said, but of course, like a white person, all for heaven's sakes. I said, oh, that's some shit black person say.
Why you scream like that?
Oh, that nigga, yo. Listen, I should go back. I like party. When shit like that nigga said, Before I push pause, he had said 4 times. That nigga asked him a simple question. All he could say was Watch this. I'm gonna go back. I'm a believer of going back. I want y'all to hear
hurry
shit.
up.
Sonya, this is important. We better clown his ass.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Well, because algorithms algorithms are ways for people to...
I'm so giddy. You saw you heard him. That should sound crazy.
Be able to
Look
come
at him.
up with calculations.
Big
which is a
goofy
faster
ass
way.
white man.
It's more efficient than a human being doing the same exact work. So, I'm trying to answer your question, sir, in all sincerity. And
he take that shit as a joke. That Spirit CEO is sitting there with a big smile on his face, stuttering because he on bullshit. I'm here to take the part to the next level. That's what. All right, y'all. I got some more news. So last week, right? I want you to do this. I'm gonna get to it. Don't rush me. I feel it in your brain.
In who
In
brain?
yours. Damn, I put it down here, boo.
What?
Oh, here we go. Got it. Got him. So last week, this news anchor that has been accused of coming to work drunk before and has caught two
what?
Has caught 2 DUIs. Proceeded
on Northeast 2nd Street, Northeast Road on Rhode Island Avenue. Some residents say that they live there in that area on Euland Terrace, and they say they have access to running water there. But it's unclear right now exactly how many homes are impacted by this incident. DC Water says that it could take them until late night before water is turned back on. They say that they are planning on getting bottled water delivered to these people here who have been impacted by these families. Multiple suspects facing charges tonight.
You know him. This nigga just last year caught a DUI. He just caught a DUI. That nigga, they say they taking him off air for health reasons. That nigga was drunk.
That's twisted. That lip was.
That nigga was drunk, you guys. He was drunk.
Or was he having a stroke?
Yeah, a drunken stroke.
Oh.
His lip was stroking.
Oh.
The
rim of a cup.
Oh, yeah. Big doofy ass.
Oh.
And he got caught. You ain't supposed to get caught. He looked real crazy, sitting up there trying to read. His eye, look, I promise you, he was seeing those words in 3D. So this is what News 4 did.
We have an update to share with you this evening about our colleague Leon Harris. Last week, Leon appeared unwell while anchoring News 4 at 6.
He was drunk,
Leon
bitch,
will
of
be
course.
stepping away from the anchor desk to focus on health issues. We here at NBC4
He's checking
and
himself
you
back
at
into
home
rehab.
care deeply about Leon and wish him well. We thank you for your concern.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't concerned. I'm just telling you, he is checking himself back into rehab.
Oh.
Rehab for guys like that is public record. Type that shit in and Google it. I bet you'll see that Leon Harris is checking himself into rehab. He has a drinking problem. He likes to drink too much Tito's. I like Tito's too.
Well.
Tito's is good. I'm only here for you guys. I'm only here for you guys. But look, I got something else, y'all. So we all know Michael has been paying close attention to the show that should get what's the award for best movie on TV?
Is that it? What's those?
Is that an Emmy?
Oh
yeah. The Ysltrial is getting an Emmy award for best Emmy. They're getting the best for the best TV show running. What?
You call this a TV show?
Shit is a TV show.
It's a messy episode of like Love and Lockup.
Yeah.
I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is.
So the jury has brought back a verdict. And by now, I'm sure everyone has seen what the verdict is. But I'm only here to play.
Can we get the jury out, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right. And was it unanimous? Yes. All right. And this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? For each defendant. All right. And I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay. And then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. All right, Mr. Kendrick, you have been found not guilty on all.
I just want you to understand that not guilty included murder.
All charges. Mr. Stillwell.
I want you to understand Mr. Stillwell also had charges of murder.
Please stand. You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge.
So now you got two supposed gang members that just got a body and got off.
The state, I know the state had filed a recidivist notice. Do y'all intend to stand on?
I don't have a clue what a recidivist notice is. And normally I would take the time to go see. But I didn't. Because dumb bitches at Fulton County got played.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So the recidivist is A and C recidivist. That means
A and C recidivist, babe. Look that up.
That I have no discretion but to sentence to the maximum on that count. And the sentence possibility is 5 to 10. I must sentence to 10 years. However, I can probate.
However, and here's where things get cold for the state of Fulton County, Georgia.
Any part of that sentence at my discretion. And so the court sentence on count 64 for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2 with credit for time served, the balance served on probation.
So 10 years maxed. I want you to hear this. Because at first I thought he was going to get away scot-free, but he's going to do some pretty long time on probation. But listen to me. She sentenced him to 10 years in jail, which is the max for concealing or carrying a gun by a convicted felon. She rescinded 2 of those years with the remaining 8 on probation. So that means, of course, over the time he's been in prison, he's probably picked up some petty charges or whatnot. But once they deal with those charges, he is a free man. So there's a possibility that Stillwell and Shannon Shannon Stillwell and the other one, they both gonna get out of jail probably before the new year. There was one issue with the first one that got off that just had the murder. And the issue was he picked up some contraband charges while he was in prison. And his lawyer stated today is, what do you expect a person to do when they're in Fulton County prison for 2 years? I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna have to deal with something this week. The week of the decision, he gets into a fight and gets stabbed in the head, and had to get staples in his head right before trial on Monday or Tuesday. He that night had gotten into a fight and had to go to the hospital and have staples put in his head because dude stabbed him. So,
sheesh.
Circle back to Kayla Bumpus.
Hula boo?
You remember Kayla Bumpus? I remember I said that's a chick that they probably couldn't afford the big dog, so they paid the hood chick to be their lawyer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I am sorry I said you was a chump lawyer, girl, because you out here doing your thing. She handled in conjunction with the lawyer that was on to get him out for the murder and stuff. Mm-hmm. She was the one who orchestrated his plea deal for the contraband. So that's already done. He's already accepted the plea.
Oh.
Something ain't right, son.
Oh. Wasn't she supposed to be Woody?
That's Shannon's supposed to be her husband.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm in this bitch.
You deep in this. That's her husband?
Yeah, the one who got the staples in the head, that's supposed to be her husband. That's also the same person that's representing them. Her name was on that plea deal at the bottom.
Oh.
She done been with Woody. She done did a podcast with Woody. She done did the little where they hold the pants when he ain't supposed to act like he dead. They did that little trend.
They done TikToks and
Yeah,
stuff.
they done did TikToks. And YouTubers.
Okay.
So, last night, we had an opportunity to listen to 3 of the jurors on the trial.
Man.
My wife called it. I said, man, why the hell is 508? Why does she still got on her jury badge? And my wife said, what you say, babe?
Do anything for clout.
No, what did you say why she had it on there? God, remember it, please, because it sounded so good. You was like, oh, she just want them to know who she is.
I said, that she just want the people to know the face to the number in the court. And because on documentation and paperwork, it has the numbers. It don't have the names. So now they get to put a face with the number.
And then, not even...
She out here with Woody.
Not
and he funny as shit. I don't care what nobody say. That motherfucker is
algorithms. Hey, they be feeding the streets.
You don't got one again, baby. If you tell all your friends, baby.
You got to be a part of the YSL trial crew. We get all the tea.
Oh.
Hey. I can ride with the fin, baby. You can buy your new Tesla.
Oh, shit.
And why he scream? What?
See, told you that's nigga shit. White people can't do that.
You scream, he screams. What is y'all screaming for?
That's Young Thug, and the song is called Baby Boy. You hear that shit?
Well,
hey, he been in the lab. This one has finally been mixed. Cause them other joints I kept hearing, sound like he was rapping them bitches in jail. You know who that sound like? That's for. Still love you, baby. You drive me crazy.
Well, but yeah, them jurors. That third one, she ain't want to be seen because she done did this before, and she probably had somebody, put down. They had to sit down for a while.
But the fact that we saw 0508 after my wife said that she was using that badge to try to gain attention from the motherfuckers on the trial and then my algorithm just showing me showing them her and Woody on FaceTime on X. And y'all got a problem with X. X be giving up the tea. X and TikTok. All the tea is on them. Hey, Slim, every time I get on that joint, my algorithms are just shooting me to shit. New shit from the YSL.
I don't.
Shit, wow. Told you. They gonna get an Emmy. All of them. Best supporting cast. Shit, Miss Hilton, she need to get the best award because in her closing remarks, she tried her hardest at the end to try to act as black as she could act. I'm talking about she was talking all upbeat and was like, yeah, bitch. That's the feeling I got from her. But that sad face that she made when they took that massive L. I'm going to tell you something. I have a theory. They played the shit out of Fulton County. And excuse me, y'all. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Them niggas did it.
It was clear on a lot of things, but the state couldn't keep their stuff solid.
Nothing
with
was
information
concrete.
Yeah, they couldn't.
But
and them jurors was already picking shit apart.
Oh,
they already knew how they felt. Once you lied to them one time, it didn't matter. When they sat there and said that when they asked in reference to the watch, and they told them to stop focusing on the watch, focus on him, running from the scene type situation. They like, nah, Y'all just dumped this man jewelry out, disrespected his stuff.
Yeah.
With a watch.
It's almost like y'all intentionally went in it to lose the case. I mean, first of all, Jury 508 and the rest of her posse that did that interview, they didn't like you. They didn't like Miss Love.
225 was the bully. You could tell she was the bully.
And the fact, she was.
You could tell she was the bully.
You could tell by her whole behavior. She probably bullied him to being her friend.
Like, she was like, the lady that was doing the interview with them, she was like, 225, this question's for you. She was like, what did you think about it? She was like, she looked at 508 and was like, you want to go? You want to go ahead and say, go, you go. But the question was for you.
Yeah.
She's like, you do it. You go. Like, what?
What are you doing? Everyone knows.
Yeah, you can go on. I ain't mean to do that.
It was just like interesting to hear them talk about stuff.
Especially because she ain't really been following
and
the
explaining
shit. She been
like
getting her info from me.
Like how they was like, you know, when they was annoyed about certain things or whatever. We need a break.
What you said, which is, and this is something I try to always keep top of mind as I cover any case that I cover. There really are, these are people's lives and there are real victims, right? And so
letting people know that you are not alone. I mean, I can speak for all three of us. We definitely kept that in the back of our heads.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Even being in there and seeing when they read the verdict, it was heartwarming to see the response of the defendants, but then also I could see from the Zoom camera the families that were leaving out. Yeah. And I just assumed that they were families of victims. And I know that like it's people hurting on one side, people happy on one side.
This is Juror 225.
So, you know, it was never lost on us that there were actually people in there that were impacted on both sides of it. Right. And we want to be very sensitive to that.
100%. I want to kind of stay
I wish she
on
had
the witnesses, the aspect of.
You know what I wish she had did?
Right, like there really wasn't a ton.
I wish you would have did what you said last night. Already had what you needed, clipped and ready.
Because I ain't really want to dive into it. I just wanted to give a voice a little bit to 225 and how aggressive she sound.
Oh yeah, but
them chicks was giving.
They gave some real good insight on a lot of stuff, and it just basically looked like Fulton County ain't having shot with that juror.
Like a couple things, like while they was deliberating, probably the last day before they made their decision, the jury asked to listen to music again. So I was happy that they explained that on there, and they said the only reason that they asked to listen to music again was because one juror could barely understand English and couldn't really understand them. The music. So she didn't say whether it was she or he, but she said they needed to hear it again for that person. And they made an agreement that if one has an inquiry or something, they all have an inquiry. That way they make it fair for everybody. Regardless if they agree or disagree with it, they're going to inquire for it. So to keep everything fair. But
they also said that even though they played those songs, they never thought about including the music. Another part of
another thing they said they kind of struggled with, which I think the state kind of fucked up with, was the jail calls. They talked extensively about there being two sets of copies. One copy was really non-edited and fresh, and the next copy, to make it as clear as they possibly can for the juror, they ran it through some software. And 225 explained that it made it sound better, but you still couldn't really understand them if you wasn't from Atlanta. And one of the jurors said they could understand it because they from here. They knew what it meant. Mm. But even then, she said for y'all to be saying that this is a RICO, everybody that called that you giving to us, it sounds like they broke. All of them is asking for money for bail. And if they got so much going on, they shouldn't need to be doing this. So that furthermore dropped their thought process as it relates to what their decision was going to be. A lot of them,
just like
two jurors had already made their mind up that they was going to say not guilty. That's one thing she said.
Just like 508 said, their biggest thing, and once they lied and slipped up on stuff, their biggest fish they wanted and all they cared about was Thug.
Yeah.
They didn't care about the others. It just seemed like having the others would make it seem more solid to get him or they was going to flip or come up with something to give them information because they didn't have it. So once they realized that was their big motive and who they was trying to go after and who they was trying to destroy, and they kept slipping up with stuff like the slick remarks that the lady was saying under her breath, and they was able to hear it and different stuff like that. And y'all messed up when Homeboy was the judge. And
I also would tell, they said they did one thing. Another thing they did say they didn't really like Judge Whitaker like that, but they also said they felt like she was basically a man of her word. When she say time would start, when court would start at this time, it started. Mm-hmm. They knew dates and times and everything. But I'm gonna tell you, my final thought, because I kind of thoroughly enjoyed the bullshit. Right, it kind of gave me an eye into like the court system and what really truly happens. But I think while Young Thug sat in front of that judge and said, man, yeah, sometimes, you might be trying to do your friend a favor and you might be doing this. Do you know he essentially did all them a favor again? And you know why I say that? After being in court for 360 days, fighting for your life, I think the money was running out. And they figured because they wanted Young Thug so bad that they would have dragged this until they would have had to cop to something high. And he took it again. He took it again for you niggas because you niggas didn't have no more money. The money was drying up. That's why things are kind of, y'all lucky it went the way that it went, because because you would think if you're going to get to this point, right, and they're going to come back not guilty, why not Thug stick it out to not have to do nothing?
Right.
You feel me? Because the only thing you got him on is the head. You don't got him committing no crimes.
Right.
You're saying all these guys did this in your name. Right. So basically in honor for you, to prove something to you as the leader of the YSL.
But once Thug took his plea, the
case unraveled. It was worthless now.
Because who they wanted, they couldn't get.
What
they wanted him on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
he did.
But the fact that the jurors were sitting there saying, "Are we gonna celebrate everybody's birthday, the month of their birthday, or one birthday on a certain day?" Like, what? The 7-week hiatus, how they try to go find jobs because they thought it was over.
They had to do stuff like DoorDash and stuff.
What? That's crazy. That's sad. But it's a good thing it's over.
It's not over. So today there was a plea deal offered to the guy that they claimed pumed Lil Wayne's bus.
Okay.
He got God, I was just thinking about it. He had to cop to the gun charge, I believe, and she sentenced him to God, what did she sentence him to do? I literally watched that joint.
Do we gotta go to jail, or he getting house arrest?
Yeah, he getting probation too. Yeah, but yeah.
Look, any day that you can be outside of a jail cell, even if it's at home, you can sit in your own bed. You can lay around. You can do whatever you want.
Here's one of the stipulations, though.
What?
He cannot be in contact with Young Thug. But he's a rap artist too. So here's the stipulations. They can't be in what's the word when he can't be in direct contact with one another. No phone calls, no talking, no nothing.
Okay.
But let's say they book a show and that same show books him too.
And then
they can go and pass by. They just can't stop and have a conversation with one another. As long as it's about money, they can go work.
Man, that's easy.
Yeah. And of course, he can't have no guns. But as an artist, as long as they licensed, they can.
That's easy. You know how many? Hey yo, go tell such and such. All right, hey, all right, cool. Like that's easy.
Yeah.
In passing. All right, like you can do a whole lot. No. You can do a whole lot of stuff. That means, like, that's, like, again, anytime that you can do and move and shake and do whatever you like to do within the means of being outside of a prison, shit. I take it.
And that's our
you
time.
You want one on each ankle?
Thank you for watching and listening to MTMJ Podcast with the Wife. We thank you for following, subscribing. Make sure you share this podcast. Like this podcast, share with a friend. Subscribe to Patreon. Hey, this has been Gen Z Boy, the wife, the husband. And we out. Peace. No, don't do that. That's so unprofessional and ghetto. Put your thumb in front of the camera like that.